Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Rambling of a Gingernet here. Um, I'm all better, yay! For the past week, I've had this cough, flu, cold thing, um, and I've just been not well at all. You know, that wasn't really a cue to cough, but my body thought it was, pretty swift. Alright, thank you for everybody's questions. Especially Dragon Space Doodler. I mean, look at all these. Amazing. I ask for questions, and she gives me so many. Love you. Anyway, so let's get on with the questions. I'm gonna start off with what's microwave, jellyfish, and iron in Welsh. Mainly because I have the translator behind, and if I don't do it now, I'm probably gonna forget about it. Or I'm gonna mess something up. Either one. Okay, so microwave. Microwave is not Poppity Ping. No matter what people tell you, it is not Poppity Ping. It's Microdon. So simple. So unimaginative. Good job, guys. So, Poppity Ping, no. Microdon, yes. Now, jellyfish is... Oh, you imbecile. Right. If I remember how to do this from my last video, which I did like 2 seconds ago, is Sglefrod Mor.
Sglefrod Mor.
Oh yeah. I've never had to use the word jellyfish in English. Never mind Welsh, because here on Barry Island we never ever get any jellyfish. It's rare sighting. So yeah, Sglefrod Mor is jellyfish, and iron is Hyaarn.
Hyaarn.
Hyaarn. Oh boy. Okay. I'm next gonna go to the one above that, which is Sut wyt ti heddiw. It means, how are you today, for all you people who don't know. I am in no mind to kind of reply in Welsh. I'm really sorry. But I'm okay. I'm feeling okay today. I mean, I got work in a few hours, so I have to try and cut this video as short as I can. But I don't call myself Rambling of a Gingernet for no reason. Okay, so now we're going to go to the top of those questions. Who was your first OC? Now, for people who don't understand, OC is short for original character. It's a little bit difficult because my very first OC was under the name of Derzarina. That's also my username for most things, because I too am unoriginal. Yeah. But when I was little, excuse me, I never went out. My parents wouldn't allow me to go out of the house. So I had to sit up in my bedroom and kind of use my imagination, because I also wasn't allowed video games. And I didn't really read books, because I put far more effort into giving the characters voices rather than actually reading. So, yeah, my first OC is someone called Derzarina. I imagined her as the devil's daughter. Yeah, it's all really, really cheesy when I think about it. But she hated being the daughter to the devil. She was far more on the angelic side than she was the devil side, and the devil hated that, and kind of made her life hell. Aha. Um, but she was also not allowed. She was also shunned by God. Um, who I put as her uncle because, well, I was young back in those days, and I didn't really know anything. Excuse me. Okay, I think we'll kind of cut that answer there for your first OC. Who is my favorite OC? Oh, that's rude. I can't choose one, but it's. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody, but it's probably gonna have to be Kaylin because I've put so much thought into her backstory, and I've made this massive novel about her. And I guess you could say that Kaylin is my more refined, more realistic version of Dozarina. She's an angel who is always in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was kind of chosen as a little prank between the archangels, and everything kind of went downhill from there. She became best friends with Gabriel, and then she met Lucifer, and then Lucifer kind of decided to choose her as his disciple, because he wanted her to be this warrior for God, for justice and all this good stuff. And then when she came back from training, God had created humans. And her and Lucifer her and Lucifer don't like these humans. But then God made it worse by giving her these humans to look after. So all of this fighting and all of this training that she went through, all of this pain and hard work was all for nothing because she was just a babysitter, essentially. She didn't realize how much of an impact these humans were going to make on the Earth. So she was just kind of like, really? Can I be a warrior? And Michael, who was like, no, you can't. You've got a really important job. Stick with it. And then that's kind of when it went downhill. But at the same time, I also like her pet. I say her pet, but she made friends with this platypus that Gabriel created. When she came back from training, she had the fright of her life because this platypus decided to run away from Gabriel and really, really shit her up. And then Gabriel was like, no, he's not dangerous at all. Feel, here, stroke him. And she kind of went, huh, okay. And then they both kind of went, okay, does this mean we're friends? Yes, this means we're friends. Okay. And then he kind of, I named him Reed. So if anybody knows about Reed, kudos to you. Yay! As you can tell, I'm still on the dregs of this illness. But Reed, I've kind of developed to be kind of a hussy. He's really one for attention. He loves attention. oh my god, like, if you were to pet a cat, he would be all over it. Like, no, stroke me, stroke me. So anyway, rambling again. Stop it. So that's favorite OC. Yeah, we'll go with that. Why did you make them? Why did I make them? Well, I made Kalen because I wanted to refine my Dozerina character, but I also wanted this. When you see how she's described, I've put a lot of myself into her because it's really really complicated. But when I dream, like when I go to sleep, everything that happens in this dream is Kaylin, so it's not me. But she's constantly dying and then coming back to life, and lots of people are like, oh, that's because it's rebirth. You want to have a new life and all that nonsense, which has happened so often now. I'm kind of starting to believe in it, but yeah. But then the Jensen family, Cobain, Alex, and Kyrie, they're kind of they're another novel which I'm going to write eventually. Eventually. But when I'm upset or angry or have any sort of bad emotions, I tend to write. And unfortunately, Alex was kind of the brunt of it. But at the same time, Kyrie and Cobain were also the brunt of it, because their essential story is that Kyrie gets kidnapped, and then Cobain is trying his hardest. He's trying his hardest to get his sister back. He then comes across Alex, who they kind of fall in. I want them to have some sort of attraction. But then going into Alex's backstory, she's had really, really bad childhood. She was taken away from her family when she was a kid. They obviously the parents divorced. But the more she grew up, the more she looked like the mother, and the father didn't like that. He really didn't like that. So he took it upon himself to punish the mother by punishing him, by punishing her. So she didn't have a child. She didn't have any friends. She had, bare minimal food. So she's really, really thin. It was just general abuse. Like, she didn't have clean clothes, and she didn't have the right fitting clothes. Until something happened to the father. I'm not going to say, but he died somehow. And then, through this, Alex went into the police and then became a detective, because she felt like she had to please everybody, and she wanted to give justice to everything that happened to her in a really roundabout way. But that's when she met Cobain. And through Cobain, so she kind of helped to find her backstory of the family that she never had. Spoilers, it turns out to be him after they had sex. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm talking and talking and talking. What is your favorite movie? You really like to come up with the hard questions, don't you, Dragon Space Doodler? Um, right, because I can't really think. I'm going to say it's going to be the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films, movies. Mainly because they are a set of films that I can always come back to, and I can always stick it on, and it doesn't matter if I'm watching it or if it's in the background. It's something that I can always enjoy. It used to be Harry Potter. Like, I could be able to do that with Harry Potter, and my favourite ones used to be the third and the fourth one, Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire. Mainly because I love Remus. Remus Lupin is my bae. Oh my god, I can't believe I just used that word. I hate that word so much. Why did I use that? But Remus Lupin is amazing. I love him so much. And then when he died in the book, I nearly threw the book. I had to put the book down and kind of walk away because I was really, really annoyed. Like, really pissed. Okay. So, favourite movie, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Favourite song? Well, at the moment, we'll go with at the moment, I'm listening to somebody. Let's see if I can get my Spotify up. I'm listening to somebody called Dark Sarah, and she's done this song called Dance with the Dragon with some other guy who's got a really, really weird name. I'll put a link in the bottom because it's a really, really good song. I love it so much. It's just amazing. Okay, favorite type of music. My music varies. It varies from classical to folk to new age to rock, classical rock, metal, and heavy metal. I don't do any of this chart music. I think music has gone down throughout the ages. It's just awful. Like, to me, when I hear music on the radio, to me it all sounds very fake and unimaginative, and they tend to be repeating and recycling words, and it's just awful. I really don't understand why people can like that music. No, it's not for me. Bring back Queen with Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, Guns N' Roses, all that classical rock kind of music. It's just so much better, and it gives me life. Gives me life. But at the same time, I love classical music. Oh my god. Classical music. Hans Zimmer, James Horner, just some that kind of roll off the tongue, some kind of don't. I love classical music. Seeing Hans Zimmer live was just... It made my life. It made my life. Throughout the first act, I actually was crying. I don't cry. I don't cry at films, I don't cry at TV series, apart from one. The Borgias. Fuck you. Damn you. No, but as soon as I heard The Lion King, and as soon as I heard what was the other one? Gladiator, that was it. I was gone. I was sat there and I was and my mum was sat next to me going, she's crying. Oh my god, she's crying. Oh my god, she's crying. Oh my god, she's crying. And she was so happy that I was crying. Like, what the actual fuck, mum? You're not meant to be happy that I'm crying. So, what do you like video games? If so, which platform? I love video games. I love video games. Favorite platform? Well, unfortunately, the platform throughout the ages that I kind of had went from the PS, the PlayStation. Well, from what I can remember, went the PlayStation, the PS2, and then I got the Xbox 360 because all my friends had it. That tea was cold. Ew. Yeah, all my friends had the Xbox 360, and it was the hype at the moment. So I got that, and then I started playing the shit out of that. I mean, I've racked up so many game time on Skyrim. You have no idea. But at the moment, I'm trying to get into PC gaming. Unfortunately, my computer isn't that great. I know, I'm sorry. I love my computer. I do love my computer. But when they sold it to me, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's a gaming computer that's like it's a gaming computer without getting an Alienware." And I thought, "Ooh, cool. Okay." But then they started out bringing out like really really good games like Dark Souls 3 and Shadow of Mordor and Doom, and my computer has a hard time playing Dark Souls 1, never mind Dark Souls 3. Yeah, I think we'll just go with that. But I am slowly getting into PC gaming. I can get onto the PS4 and the PS3 because of my beloved boyfriend, you know. And yeah. So I do kind of have access to quite a few things. But essentially, the Xbox 360 is my gaming platform. Yeah. Favorite game? Okay, so it's either going to be Skyrim, because I've put so many points and so many game time into it, or it's going to be Bloodborne on the PS4. A lot of people don't really like Bloodborne, but I enjoyed it so much. And it was the first Dark Souls game, or Dark Souls-esque game, that I actually completed. And I'm on New Game Plus, and it's super hard. Like, I got my boyfriend to kind of complete one or two of the bosses for me. I really regret it now. Really, really regret it. But I ended up completing the final boss on my own, which I had to. I'm sorry. I had to turn it off quite a few times because I died that many times, and I got so pissed and so angry. I mean, I love the soundtrack to it, and the final boss. Oh my god, is probably one of my favorite music pieces of all time. No, I lie, but from the Bloodborne soundtrack, and just oh my god, every time I played it, the music started going, and I was just like, yes! Shit, I died. Oh, fuck. Alright, okay. Yes, this music! Oh, no. I died again! And it was just that constantly. Because I was enjoying the music so much. Bane of my life. Okay, how's the family? How are you? Doing alright? The family, okay, I guess. Mum works in a primary school. Dad is a welder. They both stopped smoking, which is really I'm so happy about. Because this throat, man, I swear. Um, yeah, they had really short tempers when they were smoking, and it wasn't really great. But now they stopped smoking, and the tempers are still short. There's no change in that. But um, yeah, it stops them coming in from being outside and smoking and just stinking of smoke. It's yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Sit IT Heather. Did I do that one? I'm pretty sure I did that one because I did all the Welsh ones first. Okay. What's the favourite thing about where you live? I guess it's because I'm close to the sea. I love the sea. The sea is just so beautiful, so relaxing. Um, but the annoying thing is, being so close to the sea, you don't tend to want to go. Because um, I actually live on Barry Island. Yes, it's where Gavin and Stacey was filmed. No, I don't see Nessa. I don't even go to the Nessa's slots thing that's there. I try to avoid Gavin and Stacey as much as I can. I didn't even see the show. Really sorry, but I didn't even see the show. It's one of those things that got so much hype, it just kind of repulsed me. Yeah. So anyway, being so close to the sea, you get to see all the wildlife, even though it's only mainly seagulls. Kill them all. Kill them all. Anyway, yeah, it's just really nice, and it's when it's clean, and when you have very little people there, it's really nice, really sweet. You get to see all the dogs, and it's just you got walks, and it's just so lovely. And then you've got the Nap Beach, which is a pebble beach, not far off from there, and then you've got Porthcurry Park, and that's just a massive amount of green and forests, and it's beautiful. It's when it's really difficult because when you live there for so long, or when you've lived here for as long as I have, you tend to kind of lose the attraction. You tend to wake up and go, "Yay, Barry Island again. I've seen this so many times now." You wake up and it's just kind of there. Whereas if you live in Swansea, for example, and then you come down to Barry Island for a day, it's all fresh and it's new, and you think, "Ooh, rides and ice cream and beach," and you kind of lose that when you live here. But sometimes you wake up, or sometimes I wake up, and you catch the sun, or you catch the clouds, and you're walking around, and all of a sudden you just see something so beautiful. You think, yeah, I love where I live. It's really nice. Where's your favourite place to be? Where's my favourite place? When I used to go out a lot, there did used to be a time where I did used to go out of the house. Back when all my friends were like, "Let's go out," But what are we gonna do? "Oh, we're just gonna wander around." Okay. But back when we did that, there used to be this. There still is, because it's still there. On Nell's Point, I believe, which is a point. Obviously, it's a point. Haha. That's on Barry Island. There is this old watchtower, I believe. I think I found out that it used to be a watchtower from World War Two, or something like that. It's just ruins now, and it's actually full of rubbish because people go there and they like to drink, and they used to, I was gonna say smoke a fire, but that's not what it means. They used to light a fire. I used to like going there because you have the direct view of the sea, and then you have all the houses, and then you see Porthkerry, or the edge of Porthkerry, and it's really nice and really beautiful, especially in the mornings and in the late evenings when you see the sunset and the sunrise and all that nonsense. It just really relaxed me going there. It was a place where I could just sit and think and listen, just put my headphones on and get lost. And it was really, really, really nice. Really relaxing for my brain. Yeah. Oh. Dragon Space Doodler, I've managed to get through all your questions. Yay! Okay, now, thank you, Dragon Space Doodler, for your questions. Even though you sent them on the 1st of February, and it is now the 8th. Yep. And thank you, Yearning Words, for not a question, but I did say, give me random words to say. So you've asked me to say Pandemonium. There we go. Pandemonium. Pandemonium is a really good game, by the way. Like, I honest to God thought that I was imagining this game, and then I found out that it was real, and it made me really, really happy, because I can just remember playing the Jester, and it was amazing. I just... Pandemonium. It's great. I love it. And then it came on Steam. Yes. My life was made. Life was made. Okay, so I have more questions here. Alchemy5150. Started following your channel. You're super cute, by the way. Aw, thank you. I have a tickling question and a non-tickling question for you. Okay. What experiences have you had with being tickled that stands out from the others? None really. It's just my boyfriend kind of does it a lot, and this cough. Oh my god. Yeah, my boyfriend just kind of does it out of the blue, which is nice because when you're expecting it, it's a lot worse. To me, it's a lot worse when you're expecting it. Yeah, especially when I'm over his house, I tend to take off my shoes and socks, and in his bedroom, there's nowhere really for me to sit because he sits on his gaming chair in front of his computer, and he just swivels around, and he's just like, eh. But I have to sit on his bed, and his bed is starting to get very ruined because it's memory foam, and with my big fat ass, it's kind of ruining the mattress. So yeah, but when I sit on the edge, I like to cross my legs and all that nonsense, and he will just turn around and he will poke my foot, and I'll go screaming behind, and he will build that tension because he'll turn around and he won't even touch me. He will just kind of jitter. Bitch slap him. Okay, what's your favourite 12th Doctor episode and why? Now, unfortunately, I haven't seen any of the 12th Doctor. We used to watch Doctor Who as a family, and it started from 9, and then we kind of watched all of 9, watched all of most of 10. We missed a big chunk when it came to Donna. Yeah, Donna and David Tennant. Forgotten her real name. Sorry. And then we tried to start picking it up again, and we started watching Matt Smith. And then that was good, and it was all great, and we were watching, and then all of a sudden we just kind of stopped again. And it's really annoying because I want to start watching it again, but there's just so much that I've kind of missed out, and it started to get a little bit complicated for my family, and so they just stopped watching, and then because my dad plays the Xbox, as soon as he comes home from work, that's it. We lose all rights to the TV. So even when I want to record Doctor Who, now that I'm working, it's a lot more difficult to kind of sit down and watch an episode, because by the time I watch an episode, it's time for me to go, and it takes me a good hour to get to work. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't answer that question. But I could probably say that my favourite Doctor is unfortunately David Tennant. And it's not because he's beautiful. It is not because he's a good-looking chap. I just really enjoyed the way he portrayed the Doctor. Especially when, compared to 9, Christopher Eccleston, he was a good Doctor. He was a really good Doctor. Although to begin with, I didn't think that he was great. I gotta be honest. I didn't really like his portrayal of the Doctor, but there was something about him that kind of made me want to continue watching. Apart from the fact that, some of it was recorded on Barry Island. The "Are You My Mummy" one, that was filmed on Barry Island. Whoop whoop. But I really enjoyed David Tennant's portrayal of Doctor Who, and then when I found out that they were trying to replace him, and they replaced him with Matt Smith, I didn't like the fact that a lot of the fandom were like, oh, they have to try and compete, he has to try and compete with David Tennant. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He just has to make a good Doctor. I think I'm going to leave it there for now, because if I go into it anymore, I'm probably going to confuse myself, and I'm just going to go, what was I talking about again? But yeah, unfortunately, in fact, I think I did see 1 or 2 episodes of the 12th Doctor, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was back when he first started, and it was a case of, ooh, let's watch this, and then we didn't. But thank you, Alchemy 5150. Thank you for those questions. Now, Randyman66, the pun master himself. What sort of things inspire you as an artist? Music. Music really, really inspires me, as well as some of the artists that I watch and follow on DeviantArt. Movies also inspire me. Books inspire me a hell of a lot. In fact, the way that I've portrayed Adam, as in Adam and Eve, from my Kaylin story, is based quite a bit on a character from the Darren Shan series, the Darren Shan vampire series. Um, his character, Curtis Smolt, is one of the most emotionally involved I have ever been with a character. And then what happens to him in that book series, I cannot forgive. Because, oh my god, my heart broke. My heart was just shattered into 1,000 pieces. Because he did not deserve that. He did. Oh my god. But I really liked the way that the character was portrayed. And unfortunately, when I was writing that character, all I could think of was Kurda. And I'm trying my hardest not to kind of obviously show that Kurda has made, well, an impact on my life, and as well as the book series. And I'm trying my hardest not to show that is that character. In fact, it probably doesn't show it much if I was to hand it to somebody who hasn't read Darren Shan, who hasn't read my book series before, and who hasn't seen this video, because, you know, I'm just talking about it right now. You know, I'm hoping that doesn't come across as obvious, and if it does, I'm going to have to certainly kind of rethink it, because I don't want to be, you know, known as a plagiarist, because that's really, really not what I want. But Darren Shan and his books certainly has made an impact on my life and as an artist, because, as I said a while back, I stopped reading because I was making so much emphasis on the characters' voices and stuff. But Darren Shan's Cirque du Freak got me back into reading. And if I hadn't got back into reading, I probably wouldn't have read all the amazing books that I'm reading right now. Like, I read all the Lord of the Rings. For some bizarre reason, I managed to get through the Silmarillion. To me, the Silmarillion is really difficult to read. Just saying. But I managed to get through all the Darren Shan series, all the Lord of the Rings, apart from Unfinished Tales. I got through Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And also a series that I'm reading now by... Oh my god, what's his name? Hang on. Yes, that's it right there. Michael Manning. Michael G. Manning. His book series, the Mageborn series. Oh my god. I really, really enjoyed that book series. I'm only on book 3? Book 3? But it is so good. It's something that it's something that I haven't come across yet, and I really like that. But those are kind of the things that inspire me as an artist. Thank you, Randyman66, for your question. I'm going to leave it there because I don't know. 40. Have I really been chatting for 44 minutes? Oh my god. Yeah. I may have to attempt to do this again and make it a shorter video. I don't know. Probably. But thank you for all your questions. Hopefully I am going to start making more videos. It depends if I have the time. Because work has decided to give me, you know, really, really awkward times and shifts. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna head out now. And it's nice chatting to you all and chatting to myself. And I'll see you soon. Bye.